Hi, I'm Joy Macknight, Transaction Banking and Technology Editor at The Banker, and I'm here with Mark Kerns, who is the Global Head of Investor Services at Standard Bank. Thanks so much for joining us today.
That's a pleasure.
Obviously, it's the second day of Sibos here in Singapore. There's a lot of buzz going around, but let's talk specifically about what Standard Bank does and what you see as the opportunities in terms of the global custody services in Africa.
Well, no, thank you for the time. Well, certainly Sibos is a buzz as it relates to our business. Africa is very much in the spotlight. So consequently, we see a lot of interest in the whole of the continent. From a Standard Bank point of view, we quite specifically focus in my business in sub-Saharan Africa. So we provide services in 15 markets. Of scale, those markets would include South Africa, Nigeria, and Kenya. But from an investor point of view, obviously investors are the lifeblood of a custody business. So we've seen over many years an increasing demand for investment in Africa. This could be performance related, it could be yield related in the fixed income markets. And it's also diversification related. So at this point, less than 1% of international capitalization is focused on Africa. So consequently, that's providing a tremendous growth opportunity. And the risk of investing in these markets has subsided over time with the development of automated exchanges, central security depositories, the broad range of services that somebody like ourselves provides. Investors have got more comfortable with country risk, operating risk. So consequently, all of these factors are leading to demand.
And so how is your business growing? Where are the main areas of growth?
I think there's the core of our strategy is twofold. Firstly, we very much focus on the development of our domestic business in each of the markets that we operate. And I think, Joy, one of the key things is in many of the markets you've got developing pensions markets, developing savings markets, ever developing insurance product. So consequently you've got a requirement that's largely the part of the development of the market itself. But that development is creating a demand for investment in the capital markets. So clearly if you're establishing and developing pension funds, it's creating a demand, a pool, and that's driving investment in equity, in fixed income, and that's also driving a growth because that demand is creating performance opportunity. So a core part of our strategy is servicing the demands of African institutional investors in the markets we operate. The other component is international investors that wish to access Africa. So we support investment banks, global custodians, etc., where they or their end clients wish to invest in Africa. And we see significant demand from those clients on the back of whether it be proprietary trading, whether it be client demand, whether it be allocation to Africa. So the stimulus is coming from both a domestic perspective and from an international perspective.
Okay, well, that sounds so interesting. And in terms of Sibos in Singapore, what do you think has been the buzz at the conference so far?
I think it's the buzz is really. I think there's a lot of opportunity in the sector. But clearly it's been a challenging environment. We've had economic pressure globally, and in Africa, Africa GDP growth is strong in global terms, but Africa is very much part of the global economy. So I think here at Sibos, part of the challenge is it's been a difficult economic period. That's had an effect on the capital markets. I think we've all seen the volatility in global equity markets. So I think these dynamics of volatility also kind of translate themselves into opportunity, So I would say the sense of the engagements that we're having at Sibos is there's positivity and growth. Clearly you've got organizations refocusing their strategy, and that's clearly topical. I think it's a lot of coverage in the media. But notwithstanding that, I think overall this refocusing and in and of itself is creating opportunity, based on what emerges from a strategic perspective. So I would say the environment is positive, and certainly for us from a Standard Bank perspective, we've not been isolated from this in Africa, but the demand for Africa continues to be very strong. So we've had a tremendous buzz on our stand and level of engagement with people that are either mature investors in Africa or people who are thinking about doing that. So overall, it's been an exciting first day and a half, and I'm sure it'll continue for the rest of the week.
Excellent. Well, I hope you have a very good conference.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you.